What's going on, everybody? Super D's Master back with episode 9 of Coach Baker's 60-year Dynasty series. We've got a chance to play our last 4 games and win out. If we can play for the conference title. Do me a huge favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe link in the bottom right-hand corner, hit the like button, and let's get to some football. Week 11 brings us a matchup of a couple top 5 teams. Let's get over and check out our recruits, see how they're doing. Coach Baker wants to bump Ben McCollum up to 600, and then we're gonna move Aaron Jacobs up to 100. We might end up moving him to fullback. We never know. Coach Baker wants to offer a scholarship to Corey Singleton, Johnny Collier, Ryan Reese, Justin Hopkins, Jim Norwood, Jerome McLeod, and last but not least, Josh Jackson. Bryce McLean, Reggie Crum, and Rashad Thomas get scheduled for a visit, and we'll just use the last of our recruiting points to top off Johnny Collier as well as Josh Perram. Let's jump over and take a look at our Week 11 matchup, the one we've all been waiting for, number 1 versus number 4. Herb Street is putting his money on the Wolverines. That makes me feel just a little better. They come in with Josh Metellus, Levert Hill, and a punter. We're bringing Moore, Bailey, and Hopkins. The Boilermakers make the 4-hour trip up to Ann Arbor to the University of Michigan to play in the Big House, and we act just a little bit sluggish as we come out and are unsuccessful in moving the ball our first couple times out on offense, leading to a Wolverine score. But Sindelar's not going to be happy with that. This is the number 1 team in the country we're playing. 1, we want to give our fans a good show. 2, we want to come out as victors. He ends up matriculating a drive down the field inside the red zone where he has to use his leg on a 9-yard touchdown run, tying the score up at 7. The defense, led by Marcus Bailey, is able to shut the Wolverines down on their next time out for offense. They don't get a score up, giving Sindelar a chance to pick apart that Michigan defense with his arm. He ends up making a couple great reads, a couple beautiful throws. I don't know how he squeezes this ball in there. Look at this pass thrown to Hopkins on the sideline. There were 3 defenders he got that ball around. Just unheard of. Some of the tightest ball holes I've ever seen in my life. We get into scoring position for Sindelar to find Sparks on a 7-yard TD where we cap the drive off with a touchdown, making the score 14-7. Our defense only bends just a little on that next drive as they're not able to keep the Wolverines off the scoreboard, giving them a field goal, making the score 14-10. But what's that to Sindelar as he keeps firing great passes to his receivers like Jared Sparks, who breaks a tackle, giving us a 26-yard gain, eventually leading to a Sindelar touchdown on the ground as he again takes off inside the red zone, finding the TD line, making the score 21-10. Our defense gets us the ball back with about a minute to go in the first half, and everybody knows this is college football. No lead is safe. We're trying to work our way down the field and at least kick a field goal, hopefully score a touchdown before the end of the half. Coach Baker's almost starting to feel like with Sindelar at the reins, there's nobody that can stop us on offense. He keeps making the right throws, making the right reads, finding the open guy. Here he finds Rondale Moore, getting us just inside the 5-yard line to about the 4, maybe the 3, setting up a Sindelar 3rd rushing touchdown of the first half as he reads the end man, pulls it, and takes off scrambling, giving us a score of 28-10. We come out of the locker room at halftime with the lead and the ball. Sindelar keeps making great throws, great reads, and he even hands it off a few times to Horvath, who gets us inside the red zone, but that turnover monster jumps up out of nowhere as Sindelar's pass to Hopkins gets tipped and later picked off by Jeter, giving the Wolverines a chance to hang 7 on us, making the score 17-28. But again, Sindelar and his offense come out, and again, they find a way to answer. He finds Moore for a 25-yard pickup right before he finds him again for another touchdown, making the score 35-17. Harbaugh gets the Wolverines fired up for their next trip out, though, as they're able to find the end zone, making the score 25-35 with about 4 minutes to go. We've got the ball in offense, and all we've got to do is just take care of it, get a couple first downs, milk some time off the clock, and as long as we can do that, we know we were going to walk out of here safely with a win. It's the Big House. This is college football. The Wolverine defense just made this a football game as they're able to get their offense the ball back, leading to a touchdown, making the score 35-32. The Purdue offense gets the ball back with about 2 minutes left in the game. Coach Harbaughs is calling timeouts, trying to keep his boys in it, but Coach Baker just lets his guys know that as long as we can get a couple first downs, hand the ball off to Alex Horvath and let him chew the clock, we're going to walk out of Ann Arbor with the upset. simple inside run play called on the last play of the game just to run out the clock. The Boilermakers storm into Ann Arbor and come out with a victory. Final score 35-32. Purdue kicks off week 12 ranked number 1 in the country after taking down those Wolverines of Michigan. We're going to jump over to some recruiting, get these guys scheduled for a visit. Tim Nelson, Alex Thompson, as well as Chad Patrick, and then we want to get over here to offer Sean Long a scholarship. We also want to spend the last 250 recruiting points that we have to top Sean Long up as high as we can. Penn State and James Franklin make the trip to West Lafayette, and with them being unranked and with a losing season, we're just going to go ahead and sim through this week, see how it shakes out. Wish me luck. Wow, unbelievable. We just annihilated the Nittany Lions 35-6. Let's get over to that week 13 matchup against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Coming into this week, still sitting at the number 1 team in the country, we're looking to square off against the Buckeyes. Herb Street's gone to Vegas and placed his money on the Boilermakers. We're just going to go ahead and sim this one, see where it takes us. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. That's the way it goes. We're able to notch another win against the Buckeyes, 31-7. It's destiny at this point. We're just going to keep winning. That's the way it goes, boys. Let's get over to that last game of the regular season against the Indiana Hoosiers. Coach Baker and the Boilermakers kick off week 14 on the right foot as we get a couple commitments in Tim Nelson and David Morrow. Also looks like Jeff Mason has locked us out again, so we're going to unlock him and then cap him off at 600. We also want to get Ben McCollum, Josh Parham, and Johnny Collier scheduled for a visit. It's almost as if Herb Street's changed his alma mater as he picks the Boilermakers to come out on top in this one. Like I said earlier, it's destiny. We just can't stop the winning ways. Let's just sim this week and see how it shakes out. 45-30, we come out on top. We finish the season 11-1. That's the best record Purdue's had since 1979. Also finishing first in the polls, the best Purdue has seen since 1968. What an accomplishment for the Boilermakers. We'll get over that conference championship week where we can see who drew the short straw for the next episode. Also looks like Josh Parham has decided to become a Boilermaker. What a find for us. The Cornhuskers of Nebraska get to either play spoiler to the national championship run that Purdue's on, or they get to just be another brick in the wall. We'll pick that up in episode 10. I would like to take just a quick second to thank the 20+ subscribers and counting. It really means a lot to me. I know it's hard to hold your attention sometimes with my content, considering it doesn't contain big or a big. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Hit that like button, really helps me out, and we'll see you back for episode 10.